Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Lisa Lashendro. I'm one of the annuity sales directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. I have the pleasure to introduce to you one of my best buds over at North American, Austin Eller. Austin, say hi.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
So today we're going to talk about the new and exciting income product that North American just launched out. When was that? That was just effective, was it the 11th?
November 8th, Tuesday,
November 8th.
November 8th.
Yep.
Yep.
So this is hot off the press, guys. So we're going to get into the details on this product and where it's going to benefit your client. Before I get into that, I do see quite a few folks on our webinar today, and for that, I want to thank you all for giving us, some time out of your day and hearing about IMS, hearing Austin, brag about his new product and, um, you know, go over some things with you here at IMS first, because I don't recognize some of these names, some of you folks that are on here. So that tells me that you're new to IMS. And with that, I always like to go over a little introduction of what IMS is really all about, what you get when you partner with us, and make sure that you're taking advantage of all of those resources. For those of you that I know has already partnered with us, this is a good refresher, for you to pay attention and make sure you're getting everything that you need. And if you ever have any questions, get a hold of your marketing director. Just call the office. We have the one phone number, the 800-255-5055. That's all you need. We don't have voicemail. You're going to get a live body every time you call us. I don't know any other IMO that does that, but we do. With that, I'm going to go ahead and get rolling here so that we can switch the screen or give Austin the floor. All right. So when you contract with IMS, day one, as soon as you contract with us, we are going to show you our appreciation with that and give you a little something something back for the production you write in the first 6 months. And we call this our new producer builder program. And these are just ideas and things that you can receive depending on what level of production you have with us in the first 6 months. So you can see it starts with $100,000 level, and this is life and annuity premium, by the way. So $100,000 gets you started on this level. After the end of 6 months, we'll evaluate where you're at. And then what I tell my folks is, hey, we're going to talk to you about what makes sense for you. Maybe mailers isn't, something that makes sense for you. Maybe you're more of a people person that wants to be in front of folks and be doing workshops and seminars, or maybe you just want to buy leads. Maybe you just want to be in front of, have them, go to your computer desk at your home and turn your computer on and have your appointments that way. Not one agent of mine works identical to the other. And that's what I love about IAMS. I'm able to get creative with my agents and really take a deeper level and getting to know you, what your goals are, and how you operate, and help you achieve those goals. And so this new producer builders program that we have here is just that. We're going to give you a little boost for 6 months, any production. We're going to help you make those things happen. Next, I love referrals. I am sure you don't turn referrals away, so neither will I. Referrals is a great, I don't know if there's any other compliment you can receive in our business, but to get a referral. And I know I've got some agents, to thank that are going to be on this program here shortly, giving me several referrals just this week. So what we do with our referrals, you give us a referral, we are going to give you an override for any business that referral does with IMS. Because without you, we wouldn't have had that introduction. It wouldn't have never happened. The nice thing about that is that it's not going to shave a penny off of their commission. So you're not taking anything away from them. This is literally a check from Steve Murray, our president, to you to thank you for that introduction. And we're going to give you a check quarterly for any business that they write, showing, depending on what line of business it is, whether it's SBL, MIGA, or whatnot. Here's the override percentage that you would receive. So yeah, if you have anybody in mind, jot their names down, give us a call. We can always set it up as a downline or whatever. If you're looking to build an agency, we can certainly do that too. Again, there is no square peg that we're trying to fit for everybody. We customize all of what we do for our producers to that producer. Another thing that people absolutely adore about IMES is our back office support. Our new business team is phenomenal. Those folks are so talented. They've been in the business for a while. They know how to have those relationships with the carriers to get that business that you're submitting in and out the door as soon as possible, so that you can get paid sooner, so that you don't have the risk of losing the client's interest or any of that. Not only that, but you have your marketer. You have me on the annuity side. You have all the other annuity marketers. You have all your life marketers. So you're going to have that expert on either the life or annuity side to do that case design. And then on top of that, we'll write your quotes. We'll do all of that for you. We'll help you with contracting. Our contracting department, they take care of all of that. You get registered in 15 or all 50 states, whatever. They'll take care of all that paperwork for you. So we pride ourselves with our back office support. We have a saying that we want you to do what you're doing best, and that's be in front of clients, and that is having those relationships and work on that. Let us do all the back office stuff for you. If you ever have any questions on any of that, just let us know. Speaking of resources, IMES Inc.com is something that you should have saved on your browser. Our website has a plethora of resources on there, and anywhere from our sales resource library, where you can have presentations, you can have access to concept pages, fact finders, all that good stuff. We have our term quoter on here. We have, I'm going to get into this a second. We have Firelight on there, our EAP system. This is a real big game changer. If you guys aren't utilizing, or you don't have access to an EAP system, you're going to want to get it. And we are here to help you every step of the way on doing that. So Firelight North American is on our Firelight, obviously. I'm going to have Austin jump in a little bit about the pre-check, or what do you call it? The pre-check, pre-qualifying app option on there.
Yeah, it's absolutely. It's called our suitability pre-check. So, daily I'm constantly getting asked, "Hey, Austin, I have an agent working on a case. Client has X amount of assets. X of them are in annuities already. They want to move a policy from company XYZ to you guys," right? A lot of the times I can give my insight on it, but I can't give 100%, I can't give a 100% promise that it will go through on our e-application, which, by the way, on top of, this suitability pre-check, using the e-application eliminates errors by a ton. But on that e-application, you'll have what's called our suitability pre-check. You can go in, submit essentially a condensed down version of an application. It's pretty much the majority of what you'd put on a suitability form, and if it is a replacement, you will have to do some comparison as well. But if you submit that, there is no need for a client signature on that suitability pre-check within 24 to 48 hours. And I will say, traditionally speaking, it actually comes sooner than that. We or our suitability team will come back and tell you, yes, we will be able to take that with 100% surety, or no, with what you've given us, we can't take it, but if you provide more information, maybe it is a contract that we will be able to take. So it's a very, very nice, system that we have in place. it kind of removes that that timing when you'd submit an application, find out that it's going to be rejected by the carrier, and then you have to go back to that client and try somewhere else, right? With this, once with 100% surety whether or not we will accept it.
100%. And then, I mean, I just had one of my agents that absolutely refused. She's been doing business with us for over 10 years. Absolutely refused to even consider an e-app. And we got, like, I walked her through how to get this done with North American and did the pre-qualification. And then she says, Lisa, why haven't you shown me this before? And I'm like, oh, come on. So if you want me to hold your hand, I'm happy to do it. I think it's worth the time to show you the process so that you can see how it, like Austin said, this eliminates so many simple errors that us humans make. I mean, we make human errors every day. Um, but it helps you, and then it helps that process and the turnaround time. The turnaround time is much faster, especially with North American. So anybody has any questions on Firelight, how to get registered on Firelight, how to use Firelight, holler at us. Any of us marketers are happy to walk you through it. Our creative marketing solutions team are some of the most talented folks I've met in our industry when it comes to um, anything that you're looking to brand, or say it's, you want to revamp your logo design. Maybe you need to start from scratch and develop a website. These guys can literally do it all. They are in-house. So if you call in and you have a question, how does my website look or whatnot, ask your marketing director and they can, run those things by our creative marketing team and they'll give you whatever, advice or help create anything that you really need. So we utilize these guys on a daily basis. They're talented. A lot of all of our agents that are utilizing them have had nothing but just a ton of positive feedback. So if you have any questions with that, you just let us know. We also offer our retirement analyzer program. It's not our program, but it's a program that you can purchase. You can go and look it up and purchase it yourself. Or when you're writing business with IMES, we're more than happy to pay for that platform for you. It's a nice way for you to be able to do graphs and charts and show your client where their shortfall is in retirement. Say it's a client that you're working on every year to help build that retirement. So a great renewal resource to use, when you're adding more or, you've got them, in another, let's say an income annuity and seeing where their shortfall is going to be and, how it's improving. So great opportunity to expand additional resources in your business. IMS Wealth Management. So several years ago, gosh, I don't know, maybe it was 5 or 6 years ago now. I don't know. They Charles and Steve were kind of thinking, what else can we offer our agents? Like, what are we missing to be that one-stop shop for everything that they need? And so we have our IMS Wealth Management uh, sister company that will allows you to do two things. One, if you are already registered and licensed and securities licensed, and you want that same Cadillac service, I call it the Cadillac service, that you get on the life and annuity side, on the AUM side, then you can join IMS Wealth Management. They take care of all of your compliance. It's a service A to Z. They help you with all your reports, your all the platforms, just everything, and including maintaining your website. So that's just huge. It's huge. Now, let's say on the other side of the spectrum that you are not registered. I can speak from experience of being an agent myself. Before I got my securities license, I had to bring somebody else in that was registered to help my client with, a securities product. Well, when I did that, they also wrote themselves on 50% of my apps for the life and annuity stuff that I didn't need their help on. So that's never fun. To have to share your commission on the stuff that you didn't need help with. Well, with IMS Wealth Management, you don't have to worry about that. They are going to only talk to them about the securities side. You are still running the show. And so you don't need to split any of your commission. And if the state or the regulations allows them to provide you with a fee or some sort of a fee, then they'll dish that out to you as well. Where I think that this is extremely special is that if you do decide to get registered, if you do decide that you are seeing enough business that it's worth your time to have your securities license, IMS Wealth Management is going to transfer that client back to you. I mean, who does that? Well, IMS Wealth Management does. So if you have any questions, I'm going to actually put a poll up here. Um, if you have any questions or want more information on this, just let us know. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to do this poll. If you want more information on it, just say yes here in the next few minutes, and I'll have either Duncan or Zach reach out to you, and they'll answer all the questions that you might have. So appreciate everybody getting their vote in there. I should have probably launched that a little sooner. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and close that and keep moving here so we can get the floor over to Austin. And that's all I've got. I do want to mention that we do have our next top producer trip is going to be in South Carolina at a beautiful resort. My slide isn't updated here for some reason, but if you have questions on how to qualify for that, don't hesitate to let us know. And then obviously we have Facebook and LinkedIn. We are a marketing organization, so I invite you to go follow us there, like our page. And with that, Austin, are you ready to take over this audience?
I sure am. Thank
Nice.
you.
I'm
Let
going to
me.
switch to you. All
Oh,
right.
thank you.
And then I don't know, let's see, what time is it? It's 10:20. So Austin is as talented as it gets. I bet you if you write your question down there, he will answer it. So don't hesitate to chime in, and I'm happy to interrupt our buddy Austin, and he's happy to answer those questions as we move along as well.
Awesome. And I should ask, are you able to see my screen? As soon as I click share screen, I'm getting this error here.
I
I don't know if
am not.
that's you're not. Okay, interesting. Bear with me 1 second. I've never seen this happen before. Show screen. Well, shoot, this is interesting. I don't know why it's giving me this error. I've never seen this before.
And let
Give
me
me
change it
10
back to
seconds.
me.
Okay.
I'm gonna change it back to me.
It says security notification, unapproved file with a bunch of fine print detail for the old error that I'm getting. So that's fun.
All right, I'm gonna try to send it back to you.
Okay.
I see you.
Perfect. I didn't get the error that time when technology's great when it works, I suppose. I'm glad we got
Yes,
that
it
figured
is.
out. Well, good. Well, thank you all for attending here today. Obviously, Lisa, like we said, or like she had said earlier, great relationship that we have. Kind of became great buddies over the course of the last several months while we've worked together. So I always appreciate the opportunity to hop on one of these. We do them, it seems, about once every month and a half or so. I like to share new things going on with North American, and it's a really great time here with this new product we have called the Income Pay Pro. So this is a product built specifically for guaranteed lifetime income. Really, to be quite honest, if you're going in this product for any other type of scenario, if you're looking for, a product with an enhanced death benefit or good accumulation, this, I'll be upfront and honest, will not be that product you'll want to look at. There will be products out there in the industry, including products that we have, like the VersaChoice, that will beat this product by far in terms of growth and accumulation. And then if you're looking for a product with an enhanced death benefit, there's other products like our benefit solutions too that will have those sort of benefits. This product is a product built solely for guaranteed lifetime income, and the majority of the pricing is built to provide the most guaranteed lifetime income that you can give for that client. I will touch on the difference between this and the benefit solutions briefly at the end, because the benefit solutions right now is still a product that in certain areas looks very well for guaranteed lifetime income. So I want to make sure that I address, when to look at the benefit solutions versus when to look at the Income Pay Pro. But first, for this product, it is a 10-year surrender charge schedule, or it has a 10-year surrender charge schedule. The issue ages are ages 40 through 79 with a $20,000 minimum. Now, it does say modified single premium there. You'll see what that means is that you can add money to this contract within the first year, but the first contract year only. That is a little different. A lot of the income products out there in the industry today, they only allow for an initial premium, and beyond that, allow for no more monies to be added. You are able to choose or to add money throughout the first year of this contract. And then you can choose single or joint covered persons, therefore allowing single or joint income, which I'll touch on here a little bit later. Now, in looking at this product, I like to focus on two different things: the design of the product and or the rider, and then the growth of that rider specifically. So when you're looking at the design for this product, right, like I said, it's built for guaranteed lifetime income, and that is the main focal point of this. So it does have an embedded guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit rider on it. It is embedded in the product. It's not optional, and it comes for a cost of 1.15%. Now, truly, I think you'll see, if you're comparing us to other income products in the industry, we are going to be tops in many scenarios, if not two, and if we're not one, we'll probably be two or three. So this is going to be very, very, very competitive for guaranteed lifetime income. So if income is a focus, that 1.15% fee shouldn't necessarily be a problem for the client, especially since it's going to be guaranteed for their life. You have the option to choose increasing or level income available, and that's available immediately, I should say. Now, when we're looking at the growth of this rider, day one, your income base is equal to 100% of the money that you put into the contract. So that's pretty easy, right? You start day one, your account value is going to be at, let's say you put in $100,000, your account value will be at $100,000, and your income base will be at $100,000 as well. That income base is going to grow at a guaranteed 7% compounding each and every year for a maximum of 10 years. So you'll see that 7% compounding roll up occur to the income base each and every year that you defer income for a maximum of 7 years. And then we'll touch on the payout factors here in a couple slides. But starting at age 55, those payout factors do increase by 10 basis points each and every year. Some contracts out there, they'll bracket their payout percentages, in a 5-year period, where age 60 through 64, you have the same payout factor. So if you're 60, you'll have the same payout factor as if you were 64. Whereas what we do is we individualize them by year or age. Every single year that you grow in age, you'll see a 10 basis points increase to that payout factor. The additional protection and features that this rider has, there is an LPA reserve, which is an interesting feature that I'll hit on, actually looking at an illustration here towards the end. Essentially what you can do is you can defer a portion of your lifetime income for a particular year, and you can defer that and put it into what we call a reserve or an LPA reserve. I too myself have found myself calling it a bank, right? Think of it as, in any given year, if I have $10,000 in guaranteed lifetime income coming to me every year, if in any year I think I only may need 5,000 of that, I can bank or reserve that remaining $5,000 and put it off to the side that I'll be able to take at any other time throughout the life of the contract, surrender charge free. We do have a nursing home doubler that will double your income for a maximum of up to 5 years if you are confined to a nursing home. And then you have the opportunity to do a spousal continuance. Now, if your spouse wants to reap the benefit of the income rider, the death of the original spouse would have to occur prior to turning on income. So if I myself, if I got this contract and then I passed away without turning on the income rider, my spouse could then assume the contract and then turn on income later on, and it would be based on her life rather than mine, the original owner. Looking at payout factors, here is a spreadsheet of all of the different payout factors that we have. As you can see, from age 50 to 55, it stays the same at 5.55%. But from there on out, from 56 all the way up to 80 plus, the payout factors increase by 10 basis points each and every year. And let's just look at age 65. So you'll notice there's technically 4 columns with percentages on this. Age 65, a single covered person, if you choose single income, it would be a 6.55% payout. If you do decide to choose a joint income, if you and your spouse want to reap the benefits of it for a lifetime income, so it lasts for both lives, we do decrease that by 50 basis points, and then the payout factor is 6.05%. And then if you go to the far right-hand side, you'll see that the payout factors are lower for the increasing payout, but that is because you see an increase in the income each and every year. So eventually, your increasing income will surpass what that level income would have been. So, for example, a level income may start out at $5,000, and it's going to stay at $5,000 for the rest of that client's life. Whereas an increasing payout may start at $4,300, and I'm just spitballing using random numbers, but that is going to show increases each and every year, and 20 years down the road, that may all of a sudden be now at $6,200. So it's kind of an option that you want to weigh. Do you want to do the level payout? Do they want to use the increasing payout for an inflation hedge? So on and so forth. Like I said earlier, this isn't a product you necessarily want to go into for accumulation. It's not an accumulation focused contract, but it is still good to have multiple different indexing options, strong indexes. And even with the income rider on this does have some pretty solid participation rates and caps that you'll see here on the next page. We have indexing options powered by Morgan Stanley, Fidelity, and S&P. 9 of them are uncapped, and we have 4 volatility controlled indexes. So what you'll see here on this page, you'll see on the left-hand column all of our different indexing options that we have to choose from, whether it be your S&P 500, your Morgan Stanley, Fidelity, S&P Mark 5, etc. That column right to the right of that, and let me see if I can actually get a pencil out so I can let you guys know what I'm focusing on. This column right here, that shows you the rates for each and every one of those indexes. And then these 3 columns off to the right, what they do is they show you the returns of each and every one of those indexes based on the last 10 years, the highest ever 10-year period, and the lowest ever 10-year period. So you'll see, even though this product has that built-in income rider, so we do have to shave a little bit of, pricing obviously from the rates and indexing options that we have, you'll still see some very solid rates of returns over the last 10 years, anywhere between 3.98 here all the way up to 10% on a 2-year point-to-point. So you're still going to get solid growth within the account value, which is important, right? But the focus point of this product is the income rider. Alrighty, let me go back to my.
So
Now that's all I
Austin,
have for.
a
Yeah, go ahead.
question on that. So if you can go back to that previous page.
Hmm.
So we're talking about this product, and really it's going to be key for those clients that are really just looking for the best income option, and they're only looking for income. Now, if they take out let's say they start income, and 5 years later they pass away, whatever's in that accumulation value would then be passed on to that beneficiary, correct?
Correct. Yep. Correct.
So that's kind of where it's nice to have all these index options, because this is going to help that account value grow, and being able to, pass that or pass those funds off to your beneficiary. Then did we talk about
Absolutely.
the 2%?
We did not. I'm sorry. I always forget that. I should have addressed that. Right now, the increasing income, it a lot of products out in the industry, they'll track the indexes that you've chosen on the contract, and they'll maybe be called earnings indexed or something in reference to that, right? Where if your index nets a 4% return, your income as the client, if you have chosen that increasing option, would go up 4%. Our contract right now is just going to be a fixed 2% increase each and every year. So every single year, you know that you'll have a 2% increase to the increasing income. I think our right now where we are most competitive is by far in the level income. But some will like that feature of knowing exactly what they're going to get in increases
Mhm.
each and every year with that increasing option. With if you're following an index, you could have 1 year where it goes up 4, and then 2 years in a row where it goes up 0 because you've had negative returns, so on and so forth, right? Whereas this one, you'll know exactly what it's going to be, and right now it's set at 2%.
Yep. And so that would be for the life of the contract, the
Correct. Yep.
2%.
Correct.
So
Yep.
that's going to
Correct.
be a good fit, you guys, for those clients that are like, okay, I want to know exactly what I get when I get. I don't want a hypothetical, I want to know exactly black and white what it's going to be. That increasing income option is going to be black and white. It is what it's going to be. You're going to get a 2% increase every year to help with inflation or whatever that might be. And there's no question marks behind it versus some of the other carriers that we have where there's, maybe some multiplier factors or, the index does this, then it's times two. We're approaching a very different time right now, um, where people are looking more for guarantees. And so this is where you're going to want to point those client attention to a product like this that's going to be very simple, easy to understand. Here's what it is, black and white. If you want inflation, it's a little bit of inflation coverage, we got 2% for you.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, and I'm glad you brought that up because I totally forgot to mention that. You kind of have either option. Traditionally speaking, over the course of history, level income has been the most popular option chosen, but increasing options too are a little bit newer, right? They've kind of
Mhm.
come across, or they've kind of come on the scenes over the last 4 or 5 years. So a lot of the times, clients who are anticipating to use increasing haven't even turned it on yet. So I'm assuming we'll see that percentage equal out over the course of time as time goes on. Um, right now, I do believe we are most competitive in that level option. That's not to say, if you compare us depending on the client age, we might be right there with increasing, if not better, too. And knowing exactly what you're going to get with a 2% increase each and every year will be very strong for some clients out there who don't want to experience a 4% increase 1 year, zero next, zero the next, 1% the next, so on and so forth. So I
Mhm.
appreciate that. What I wanted to bring up here too, real quick, is I wanted to show you guys just an example of that reserve and how it would work. So let me zoom in on this if I can. Why the heck is it not letting me zoom in? Oh shoot. Well, I'm gonna do my best here. For whatever reason, control zoom, it's not working. So on this page, what you're seeing a lot of numbers here, but I'll focus on just a few different parts of it, and I'll definitely use my pen so I can highlight those for you guys, or I'll actually use a highlighter here. What you're seeing is a 62-year-old client who wants to defer income for 3 years, and let's say they plan on retiring at age 65. So they're going to turn on income at age 65. They want to start using this contract as a supplement for retirement income. They put in $100,000. Let's say they used a rollover $100,000 that they moved into this contract. And at age 65, they're going to turn on income, but they know that they're actually going to work for the majority of that year when they turn 65. Let's say they plan on retiring in, August of the year that they turn 65, and they're going to be working the majority of that year, and they don't necessarily need the full amount that's going to be guaranteed to them in this contract year. So you'll see here in contract year 4, They turn on income, but the client here has only decided to take $4,012, even though you'll see from there on out, right below that, the guaranteed lifetime income is $8,024. What that essentially means is that in that year, the client would have been guaranteed $8,024, but they said, you know what? Since I'm working the majority of this year, I still have my, employment income coming in for the majority of the year. I'm only going to take half of this income. And if you look to the far right-hand column on this illustration, what it's done now is now we have this LPA reserve where we've banked $4,012 that can be taken at any point in time. Now, what happens is I just go the rest of this illustration assuming that the client never takes out that $4,012 and they just want to leave that there for an emergency situation. But let's say if in this contract year here, contract year 11, if they wanted to deplete this LPA reserve of $4,012, they absolutely could. And then essentially what they'd get is that $8,024 in guaranteed lifetime income plus the $4,012. So it's just a neat feature that you can use. I don't know if it'll be used a ton, but it's on there for particular situations. If you're running into a tax bracket year where they really don't want to get to that next tax bracket and it's getting close. Well, if I can save $2,000 here because I don't need it, keep me out of that next tax bracket, and then take that the next year if it let's say if tax brackets increase or something like that, you can definitely do that, and then you can use that money for another contract year. Or if let's say the guaranteed lifetime income that we're providing is higher than what they need, and they wanted to decide that every year let's reserve $1,000, and then maybe we let that bank for a couple of years and we use that for a nice vacation that we want to use when we're 70 years old. They can absolutely do that as well. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I'd shown that. And then real quick, I'll talk about the differences between the Income Pay Pro and the Benefit Solutions. So our Benefit Solutions product is a product that has a guaranteed lifetime income rider on it as well, and it will provide guaranteed lifetime income for that client. Now, what it also does provide, though, is guaranteed step-ups to the benefit base and an enhanced death benefit to it as well. So with that being said, right, when you provide an enhanced death benefit to the client, that means you can't necessarily put all of your juice, as I like to call it, into the income rider. You have to take, there's only so many pennies in a dollar. And our pricing team, they have to take all aspects of a product into that. So when you put a little bit of a pricing into an enhanced death benefit, you have to take from somewhere else. So you're going to see some instances, or first what I'll do is I'll tell you, if you're sitting down with a client and guaranteed lifetime income is their sole focus, they have no interest in an enhanced death benefit, maybe take a peek at the Income Pay Pro first, but also take a peek at the Benefit Solutions as well. Because with that being said, there are certain scenarios and client ages, deferral years, etc., where the Benefit Solutions may actually work out better in terms of guaranteed income, even with that enhanced death benefit on it. But if you have a client that maybe leaving a legacy might be somewhat important and they just want a guaranteed lifetime income as well, look at the Benefit Solutions because it can do that 2-in-1. There's just going to be different scenarios. The Income Pay Pro is not going to win in guaranteed lifetime income in comparison to the Benefit Solutions every time, whereas the Benefit Solutions, it's going to be the same way. The Benefit Solutions, there will be certain pockets where it wins in regards to guaranteed lifetime income versus the Income Pay Pro. And I know that does, give you a concrete answer on everything. Unfortunately, there's not a concrete answer that I have, that would say if you're between ages 55 and 65 and you're deferring 5 years, go with this product. Unfortunately, I don't have that. But, just kind of feel out the client, what they're looking for. And heck, if you have any questions, you can reach out to Lisa or even myself, and I can kind of, talk with Lisa as to my thoughts and work through the scenario too, in the best way. So
Speaking of
that's all
questions,
that
we
I
do
had
have
for
one
you.
for you.
Okay.
So, the LPA reserve, does that
Yep.
grow with interest?
It does not. No, it does not. So that's an important thing to point out. You'll see here that 4,012 on this illustration does not grow at all. It just stays. It just stays at that. And one other thing too that I'll point out to you guys, The only stipulation with the LPA reserve, because I'm getting this question is a lot is, is there a maximum amount that you can have in the LPA reserve? The only stipulation is that it can never be more than the account value. So if this, as your account value is getting depleted by your income, eventually at some point in time, your LPA reserve is going to meet your account value because that account value has been depleted, has been decreasing. At that point in time, if your account value is set to decrease more than what, to an amount less than what your reserve is, you will be required to take out a certain portion in your reserve so it matches up to your account value. It just can never be higher than your account value.
Makes sense. And then I was thinking about something else here, Austin, as we're looking at this illustration. So if you had some in the bank or the reserve, so like the 4,000, and then they had to go and get, home health care or something like that, need to turn on that LPA multiplier.
Mm-hmm.
So so let's say in this example at age, let's just say 70. So at age
Okay.
70, their multiplier would be 16,048 a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would be able to add that 4,000 if need be.
Absolutely.
There's no
Absolutely.
restrictions there or anything like that. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's always nice to have that extra bank, that's for sure.
Yeah, that LPA reserve is at all point in times. Once you reserve it, in any given year, from there on out, you can take it at any point in time with no surrender charges whatsoever.
Yep. And I like the fact that those accumulation and the allocation options, I mean, that's really, you can look at that accumulation value column slash death benefit column, and it definitely, helps you keep that account value going strong throughout the term, even though you're taking income every year.
Right. Absolutely.
So pretty cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's all that I have. Um, it's a pretty straightforward product, is what I'm saying for the most part, right? The Income Pay Pro, you just each and every year that income base grows by that 7% compounding until you turn on the income, and then it's as simple as taking the income base times the payout factor, and figuring out what that income would be. And right now, we're just seeing ourselves very, very competitive in many different scenarios for guaranteed lifetime income. So,
Competitive in income, also very competitive on the accumulation side. If you haven't seen their VersaChoice in action for accumulation, you definitely need to make sure that you're taking that into consideration while you're looking at the best accumulation options for your client. North American has really just stepped up their game this last year. It just amazes me how they just continue to be innovative and looking for products that really hit those clients' needs out there. So I love working with North American, clearly. Um, let's see. I think I just want to look and see if we've got any other questions that I didn't answer. I gotta put my box here. What happens to the contract starting in year 11 if the client is not in the need of income?
so if they're not in need of income in contract year 11, I mean, they could essentially make two decisions here. They could decide, I want to keep the contract year in place, or the contract in place, and I mean, technically, you could just start deferring, or that's not year 11. Technically, you could start deferring all of this income and putting it in the reserve. Now, as I mentioned, keep in mind, if you keep reserving money, eventually that's going to match up to your account value, and you'll have to start making sure that your reserve is not larger than your account value. So you could do that. You could keep reserving all of your income and then take it at a later date. Or what you could do is, at that point in time, since the contract is out of surrender, you could just fully walk away, say, you know what, contract's out of surrender. I've been taking income for 5, 6 years. Now I just want to get out because I don't necessarily need it anymore, and find another place for that money. And you wouldn't be charged anything. You would get your account value at that point in time, but there'd be no surrender charges applied to it.
Perfect. Hopefully that answers your question there. I've got a couple other questions here. We've got some extra time, so I'm going to go ahead and go read these out to you, Austin. So be
Absolutely.
ready. I love to give
Yeah.
you a challenge. All right. So
Hey,
Peter wants to know, then the index strategy is set by North American and the policyholder cannot choose annually. Is that correct? I know the answer, but I'm going to let you answer it.
say that. So the
So
client cannot choose. Say that again. Sorry.
So I think he's wondering if the index strategy is set by North American. No, it's not. The index strategies are chosen by you. I mean, you have
Yes.
the 11 different, you and the client decide, what strategy you want to do, what you want to allocate to, as long as it equals
Yep.
100%.
Absolutely. So yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I understood
That's
that
how
clearly.
I'm,
Absolutely. Yep. So when you go into this contract on our allocation form, you'll have every single one of these different options chosen. And hypothetically speaking, you could put, 25% into this option, 25% into this option, and then, you could finish it off with 50% in this option. You can mix and match it however you'd like. And then what will happen at the end of each contract year, you'll have the availability, you'll get a renewal letter where you can change your allocation, or at least the ones that are coming due that year. So every annual point to point that you choose, you can change those indexing options every year. Every 2 year point to point that you use, you can change those every 2 years.
yep. Um, and I see a lot of people utilizing the option, especially, I mean, I know we're not talking about an accumulation play right here, but, looking at their Versa choice or whatnot, with the market doing what it is, we've got a lot of folks that are dumping more and more into the fixed account just so they can be guaranteed that it grows something, in the next year, and then reevaluate how things look, depending on what the market's doing at that time at the renewal. So a lot of different options for your client to fit those needs. Another question for you, Austin, is can this be in a Roth and would income be tax free?
Yes, it can be within a Roth. I technically can't give, tax advice or anything in regards to that, but, you know, I mean, yes, if it is in a Roth, any withdrawals and or income coming from it would be tax free to that client then.
Awesome. Another question we have here is there a minimum time before income can be turned on? Is it
It can
after
be
30
turned on
days?
right away. You can actually, if you'd like to, you could submit the lifetime income election form with the application. I always recommend if you're going to do it with the application, include a cover letter just to make that clear. I've included this and would like to turn on income as soon as possible. Otherwise, too, I'll tell people, you can wait till it issues and then go ahead and submit it, and then we'll get that started as to, whatever date you've elected us to start it. But you can turn it on right away.
Yep. And then the last question here, what are the payout rates? I don't know if you can go back to that slide so that he can see
Sure can.
those.
I sure can.
And you guys can put your pencils down. I should have told you that before. I'm going to be sending you all the information on this product. I'm going to send you the highlights. I'm going to send you a sample illustration. I'm going to send you a copy of this webinar so you can hear our beautiful voices again if you'd like. And anything else that you need, you just holler at Austin or myself and we will get it to you. With that, do we have
Absolutely.
any other questions in the box? Comment, payout rates are crazy high. Yes, they are. Um, so, and again, that's why this is a cut and dry, black and white, best level, income option for your clients out there right now. I'm gonna go ahead and launch my last poll here. Um, so if you would like, if you're not already contracted with North American, first off, you need to let me know and we'll get that going. Second of all, if you have a particular client in mind, jot their name down or whatnot, email me. I'm going to follow up with you all in the next day or so, just to check in, make sure you got my email, make sure that you don't have any other questions, or if you do need an illustration, have a client in mind that you want to run this by, let us get that illustration for you. And then obviously any additional information, product information, information about North American. I mean, they have so much material, marketing material that's client friendly. It's usually my go-to for that. So I do have, so as far as there is one more question as far as education on this product. If you are looking for the product training, happy to get that over to you as well. I think you guys use Reg Ed, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll send you the product code for Reg Ed, and you're more than welcome to go on there and do the product training so you're ready to rock and roll and submit your applications for this product. And with that, I don't know if there's anything else, Austin, that you think we need to add.
I don't believe so. I appreciate you guys taking the time to get on here, Lisa. As always, I appreciate you having me on. It's always a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine. Pleasure's all mine. So, with that, we're gonna finish a few minutes early, you guys, so that you can go tell all your clients about this amazing income product. See who if it's a good fit, and we'll just take it from there. So, again, I want to thank everybody for their time this morning. Always great to see these names, new names, and folks I've already talked to multiple times. Welcome back. You know who you are. And yeah, I look forward in following up with y'all. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to call our office. In the meantime, 800-255-5055. Austin, thanks again for your time as well. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day and great rest of the week. Take care, all.
Thank you.